Interpretation of the 66th verse of Surah at-tauba. It is reported that Abdullah Umar said, at one of the meetings during the march to Tabuk, one of the men said, I have never seen more gluttonous, more deceitful and more cowardly in battle than these are readers of the Quran. One of the people at whose meeting his name was Auf Malik said, you are not only a liar, but also a hypocrite. I will definitely report everything to the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. The Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, found out about this, and a Quranic revelation was sent down on this occasion. Abdullah said, he looked like he was tied to the girth of the camel of the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and his feet hit the stones, and he repeated, we were just chatting and having fun. The Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, only said to him, have you mocked Allah, his verses and his messenger? This hadith was narrated by Ibn Abu Hatim and Ibn Jarir, and all his narrators are narrators of hadiths included in his Sahih, except for Hisham Sa'd, whose hadith Muslim accepted only as supporting evidence. Interpretation of the 79th verse of Surah at-tauba. It is reported that Abu Mas'ud said, after the revelation of the verse about donations, we got a job as porters, and then a man came and distributed many donations. Some people began to say, he shows himself to people. Then another person came and distributed only one saw, and they began to say, Allah does not need this saw. And then the verse was sent down, they blaspheme those who distribute voluntary donations, and those who find it difficult to find funds for donations. This hadith was narrated by al-Bukhari, Muslim, Ibn Jarir and others. Interpretation of the 84th verse of Surah at-tauba. It is reported that Ibn Umar said, when Abdullah died, his son came to the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and said, O Messenger of Allah, give me your shirt, so that I wrap his body in it, pray for him, and ask forgiveness for him. The Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, gave him his shirt and said, let me pray for him. He allowed him, and when he already wanted to start the funeral prayer for him, Umar pulled his side and said, didn't Allah forbid you to perform the prayer for the dead for the hypocrites? He replied, I have a choice. After all, Allah Almighty said, whether you ask for forgiveness for them, or you do not do it, Allah still will not forgive them, even if you ask forgiveness for them 70 times. He prayed for him, and then the verse was sent down, never pray for any of them, and do not stand over his grave. This hadith was narrated by Ahmad, al-Bukhari, Muslim, at-Tirmizi, and Nasai and Ibn Majah.